Hey, Don, thanks for a couple of minutes of your time.
No worries.
And we will go over to Michael Coe for the first question. Go ahead.
Hey, Don. It seems like the secondary has probably one of the most experienced rooms on the team this year. Does it almost feel like, with guys like you and Tony and Day coming back from injury, does it almost feel like you guys have sort of start with a leg up on like the wide receiver group, who is a little less experienced, just going through drills and things like that?
I feel like we played together for 3 years, going on 4 years for some of us. So I wouldn't say it's a leg up, but I feel like we got that chemistry and we know exactly where we're going to be. We know who knows their stuff, and I can count on them to be there every step of the way.
Thanks.
CL Brown.
Hey, Don, I was curious what specific changes that Coach Chizik has made in kind of the schemes do you feel like have led to better communications? One of the things Coach Brown said yesterday was that you guys have basically eliminated having the busted plays that kind of hurt you guys last year.
I feel like we shrunk the playbook a little bit. It's not about what the offense does. It's about what we do. We're out here working on our checks, making sure we have a check for everything. It's more so us playing hard defense and playing fast instead of thinking on every call, or if they do this, we got to change the call. So that's the big difference. I say Coach Chiz and Warren bring. It's a lot simpler, and everybody there's literally every call has a check for everything that could show up.
In the secondary, who would you say is kind of responsible for getting those checks, for calling those checks out and making sure everybody is on the same page in the secondary?
Last year was mainly on the safeties, but this year everybody plays a role. There's calls where the corners have to make their check with the stars. We got to make checks with the stars and the corners. So it's a collective. It's more collective than it was last year. It was just on us, and now it's on everybody to make the calls. Everybody has to communicate. Everybody has to talk.
So what if you see something different than the corners on a certain play?
Certain calls, if it's something that affects me more than them, I overrule them, and certain calls, they overrule me.
Thank you.
Ross Martin.
Hey, Don, so are you playing safety or star? I know you've played some cornerback. So where are you kind of lining up, and where do you think you'll expect to play this year?
I've been at safety a lot, but I still take some reps at star. Really just depends. We all move around right now.
Okay. How is the star position? Is it any different than the traditional nickel, or how is it different within Chizik's defense compared to maybe what you would do in that role last year?
I feel like it has its similarities. Star does a lot. Literally, they cover. They're in the run fit. It just depends on the play.
Okay, but you're mostly at safety. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, man.
Andrew Jones, go ahead.
Hey, Don, how has the culture on defense changed with Coach Chizik coming in?
I would say there's a standard that we hold ourselves to, and we talk about things that aren't our standard, and you can just feel it out there. It's not about playing harder. Everybody's flying to the ball, whether you're across the field, coming across, like everybody's trying to get to the ball. Everybody's trying to make the play that they're supposed to make, and he just brings a lot of energy. There's so much energy on the defense that we're gonna bring it whether we're down or we're up.
What are a couple of things that he regularly says almost every day that you hear, and it's sort of a constant Chizikism, if you will?
Tear off blocks, low pad level, and do what we do. Those are the big things.
When you hear those things, is it something that still resonates? Because sometimes coaches will say something so often kids don't hear it anymore. But is there a way that he delivers it where it always resonates with you guys?
I feel like he's very passionate. And we all have a lot of faith in him and a lot of trust. So when he says something, we're listening. If you were in our team meetings or out here, you can tell he has full and undivided attention. Like he's walking around the room, all eyes are locked on him, and everything he says, we take to heart.
Cool. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll close up with Don from the IC staff. Go ahead.
Don, just wondering, the way last year ended with some of the sort of meltdowns at the end of the season, the late game losses. I mean, do you think collectively as a defense, you're talking about the different energy and things, do you feel like you all have something to prove? Is that something that you think about or talk about as a unit?
I would say we know we're better than what we played last year, and we took that to heart. Like we went out there and we left a lot on the field, and you only get so many chances to play this game. So we're all in, and we've all bought in since the last game when we lost. We've been on each other like no other. Like, and it's no more, oh, I'm gonna get mad at you for getting on me. Oh, I respect you for getting on me. Like I want to get to that next level. Let's take it to the next level.
You guys still, you mentioned the bowl game. You guys still feel that, like how that felt and what it felt like afterward in the locker room, that type of thing?
I feel like we feel all our losses, especially the ones that we felt we could have did something better on. We can't sit there and put anything on anybody else. Like we're taking responsibility on our side of the ball, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure we win the game.
Thank you, man.
All right, Don, thank you. Appreciate it.